Hey guys, hope you're all well. Welcome back to another episode of Doe and Building a Tractor. I'm just gonna give you guys a wee update of what I'm working at the moment. Basically, the tractor that's at the back, I had done all the measurements because the front tractor was underneath the tarpaulin and it was out of the way and I couldn't really get proper measurements to it. So I measured the back tractor, the space between the back wheels, just to see if this bit here would fit between the front tractor, and the measurements I got on the back was like 107 centimetres or thereabouts, 109 maybe. And then I trial fitted the front tractor and it was really tight, so that confused me a little bit. So since then I've done a bit of measurements between both tractors and I've actually discovered that in one way and another the positioning of the dishes on pretty much actually all wheels on the back are all different. So even the back tractor which I measured, which had plenty of space, it actually turns out the gap between the trailer pin and the inside of one wheel is 57 centimetres and then the centre pin to the inside of the other wheel is 51 centimetres. So obviously I need to change the dish on the back tractor on one of the wheels as well, and I'll probably have to change the rotation of one of the tyres actually, because one wheel is actually fine, so the other wheel will have to turn in, but then obviously the V will be pointing the wrong way. So basically that is what I'm going to get cracking with. I'm going to concentrate on widening the front tractor at the moment, and then if I have any time tomorrow I'll maybe see if actually when I reverse it back in it's a lot less tight and hopefully a bit more workable, and then we'll be good to go from there. So I'm just going to get cracking here, so here we go. Right, so I would say that was unsuccessful, but at the same time I've learned a bit from this. Basically those studs look like they've been welded in there for 55 million years. They obviously the original ones, and I think the chance of me getting them out of there were pretty slim. Not just that, but also where the mounting plates are, I've noticed on the actual rim itself there are a few wee holes, so that's kind of making me a bit dubious as to the strength of the actual rims themselves anyway. So maybe just keep half an eye out for other rims, and if I have to I can take the centre out of these, but even if I maybe get whole wheels somewhere, ideally with the right setup that I'm looking for, actually, with the rim on the inside and is it? I can't actually remember, I've confused myself. I know what I'm needing to do, but I can't actually remember just now. It's getting late and my brain's a bit frazzled. But as you saw in the video there, I was even trying with the digger there just to try and do anything, and I didn't even crack the paintwork. It's not even like it didn't come out, it just didn't move, and I was giving it, I know it's only a 1.5 ton machine, but I mean, it's only a bloody, what are they, 28 inch wheel, so I mean, you would think that it would do something, but, and I know that's probably not the way that you're supposed to do it, but I'm using what I've got to hand, and I don't want to damage anything, but looking at it, I might have to try and take the tyres off, get a bit of heat on that if I want to save the centres, but like I said, I'll maybe just try and have a wee look for actual wheels. But it doesn't really help me at the moment because I'm still a wee bit tight, and as you've seen in the video as well, I even contemplated putting it on back to front, but that's just a pain. It's quite tight getting in and out the shed as it was, so if I do that, that's going to add a bit more width to the tractor itself too. So yeah, I mean, it's one of these nights. I've done something. I'm not any further forward, I'm not any further behind. I know a little bit more, but physically I'm still in the exact same place I was about 2 hours ago, but it's exercise, isn't it? It's good for you supposedly, so hey ho. Anyway, catch you in a bit. Right, now that I've reached a standstill with the wheels, for the time being at least anyway, I don't have anything I can currently get on with. Next job, I'm going to start stripping bits down off this tractor, bits that are not needed. Obviously with it going to be a dual tractor, if you can just see, these link arms will not be required, so I will take them off because they're just actually going to get in the way. The front of the dumper section is going to slide in there, so they're actually just physically going to be in the way. Also the fact that the lift arm on the second tractor, there is only actually one on that tractor, so one of these will be getting kept. I'm sure, having done this on my Ford 4000 previously, that these pins in here are going to be an absolute pig to get out, so I can't imagine it's going to be a start tonight, finish tonight, but I'll get cracking and we'll see how it goes. Right, well that was a little bit more successful than anticipated. Didn't expect to get that wee thing off there. That'll be getting kept somewhere in a box of bits for further projects, I would imagine, you know what they were like. These arms, as I thought, these pins are absolutely jammed, and as you've seen in the video, I've just taken the bolts out of them. I thought that they were on like splines. I thought these things kind of slid onto splines, and I assumed that that retaining plate was just holding them onto the splines. Obviously you see me giving it a bit of a whack. I'm not sure that I'm right, so I don't want to carry on and damage something. Maybe I already have damaged it, but I don't want to carry on and completely ruin something, because I know that I'm not using these parts, but they'll do somebody something, and I'm a firm believer in keep things just in case. You never know. Like, I probably have a bit of a problem with that, to be fair, but you just never know when you might need it, or not even myself, but if somebody that you know needs one. So I do tend to keep these sort of parts, and tractors like these are getting more and more rare anyway, so it's always good to have bits you can help folk with. So I'll do a wee bit of googling and see if I'm right with what I'm doing, and if so, is there an easy way of doing it, and if not, which is the right way. But the back of the tractor's looking a wee bit better. I'll give you a wee peek there. I can't really see it too well on the screen, but looks a lot more ready just for getting that reversed in, line it all up. I'm still undecided as to what I'm going to do steering wise, because I do actually have the hydraulic pump that came off the dumper that I cut up, and I was contemplating, I've seen them putting the PTO of the front tractor, have the hydraulic pump on that, driving the steering for the back tractor. So I'm not sure if that's a route I'm going to go down. There's also like a trailer tipping hydraulic on this, but again, I know there's something funny about the Fergie hydraulics, that trailer thing would probably only activate once the arms go up and that spring diverts it. There's like a diverter valve inside the back end. I know a little, but I don't know everything, and I might have got that wrong, but so that's why I'm a wee bit dubious about using the likes of that hydraulics, because if that's the case and the arms aren't on, it's just a bit of a headache. So I think probably the best way I'll be going is getting a pump, put a PTO shaft onto the pump that came off the old dumper, connect it up to hoses, tanks, get a steering orbital on the back tractor, and then hopefully that'll be me set. But like I say, I don't know, so I just want to keep everything as usable as possible in the meantime. So a wee bit of progress anyway, we're getting there slowly but surely, and that's what this is about. I don't want to rush myself and be like, right, I have to have this, I have to have this done before that. I've done that before with projects, and all it does is just end up making it not enjoyable. So I'll just do what I can do, plod along with it, and it's good to have a rough target in mind. Like, we have a road run every September around here, so we're now in November 2025, so if I could have it mobile for September 2026 is the kind of long-term target I'm giving myself. Any earlier than that, fantastic, but if I could have it on that road run next year, I will be absolutely delighted. So we shall see how we go. Right, catch you on the next one.